So, not that I was following it really, but I was listening to a podcast and it said that Frankie Edgar got pulled. I didn't even know he was fighting the BKFC. Frankie Edgar's a fucking legend in the UFC MMA realm. And I'm kind of glad he got fucking yanked from the medicals. Because honestly, like, there's a lot of dudes that don't need to be fighting. You got to remember, like, MMA is newer than boxing, and it's not safer. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Getting hit in the head, getting kicked in the head, all of that shit. Your brain isn't fucking designed to withstand that kind of repeated trauma. And I'm just saying, like, he's like my age, and he fought for like 20 years in the fucking UFC, and he fought some wars, like fucking legit, like, you know, with Gray Maynard, and fuck, man, I mean, I think they fought 3 times, man, and they were some brutal fights, brutal fights, you know. And his last couple fights, he was, you know, I just don't think these dudes realize, like, you know, or have the people around them. Like Chuck Liddell's coach, Hackelman, he said, he goes, man, I'm not coaching you for this. He goes, I don't believe you should even be in the ring. And he said, I won't be there for you. You know what I mean? I'm against it. But Chuck's money-grubbing wife was all for it, you know. Dude's already slurring and mumbling half the fucking time he talks. I don't know, man. People just act like... it's almost like people act like, you know, they've got more than one life, you know? I'll tell you, man, I've had a bunch of concussions when I was younger, and, it ain't something you want. I'm telling you, man, it ain't something you want to. It is not something you want to fuck with, you know. It is not. I had a traumatic brain injury. Obviously, that's what's wrong with me. It's not something you want to fuck with, man. You know, and these guys, like, they have this, like, it's almost like they just don't have anything. They really don't have anything else in their life, or they have something to prove, or they need the money. And I don't think Frankie Edgar needs the money at all, but it's like they have something that they need to do this shit for whatever reason. You know, it's like they have to, like, they miss the crowd, they miss the fucking the taking pictures with the fans, and they miss the whatever. And it's like, bro, go do a fucking seminar or something. And I love Frankie Edgar. I listen to his podcast every once in a while. I think his co-host is kind of a fucking moron. But, you know, that's on him. I don't know, man. I don't see, like, how much money were they paying you that it was worth you being, like, 40-something years old, being already fucking brutally fucking beat I'm pretty sure it was the last 3 fights. He got, like, fucked up. It had to be the last 2. I'm not 100% sure, but he caught a fucking knee. He caught you know, by Sandhagen. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't understand it. You know, there's no way they were giving him. There was no way they were going to give him. I mean, don't get me wrong, $100,000, good money. If you're 22, 23 years old, 30 years old. Bro, at this point, man, you can't mortgage. You can't, this is not the type of thing that you can mortgage off. You cannot mortgage your fucking health, man. And that's what you're doing. You're mortgaging your health, you know? And there's a lot of dudes doing it, man. And I'll just tell you, like Luke Rockhold, you're mortgaging your health. You fought at the highest level for years and even whatever. Bro, nobody wants to see these people being fucking. You don't want to see these legit like good dudes getting smashed and fucked up by people when they don't need to be. You know, nobody needs to be doing that.